Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a simple but really powerful idea that could honestly change how you look at pretty much everything, from your job to your personal goals. It all comes from the philosopher James Carse, and it's this distinction between finite and infinite games.
So let's just jump right in with this question. What if the point of a game wasn't to win? I know, it sounds kind of weird, right? But this one little question, it challenges our most basic ideas about what it means to compete, to succeed, and even how we connect with other people.
And that question is really at the heart of Professor James Carse's work. In his book, Finite and Infinite Games, which has been super influential, he puts forward this really elegant idea that basically all of human activity, everything we do, can be seen as one of just two kinds of games. You see, Carse was looking at game theory, and he noticed something was, well, it was missing. Everybody was totally focused on strategies for winning or, at least minimizing your losses. But nobody was really talking about the value, the joy of just playing. He realized that some games we play are all about reaching a conclusion, while others, well, they're played for the simple purpose of keeping the play going. And this, right here, is the absolute core of it all. As you can see, finite games have one clear purpose: to win. And winning, by definition, brings the game to an end. But infinite games, they have the exact opposite goal: to keep the play going, and to keep everyone in the game. Let's dig into what that actually means.
All right, first up, let's talk about the kind of game we're all super familiar with, the finite game. This is the world of winners and losers, the one we know so well.
So a finite game, by its very nature, is played to end. Its entire structure, I'm talking the rules, the players, the field, it's all designed to do one thing: produce a clear winner. And if there's a winner, there has to be a loser. The moment someone wins, bam, the game is over. Just think about any competitive sport, right? Chess or football, you know who the players are, the rules are set in stone, and the field has very clear boundaries. The game ends when a winner is crowned. It's not just sports, though. Even something like a quarterly business report works exactly this way. You've got known competitors, market rules, and a hard deadline to figure out who the financial winners and losers were for that period.
Okay, so that's one side of the coin. But what about the other side? What about games where the goal is the exact opposite, where you're not trying to end the game, but you're trying to keep it going for as long as you possibly can? Well, this is the really fascinating world of infinite play. In an infinite game, the number one objective is simply to keep playing. You don't measure success by beating someone else. Nope. Success is all about your ability to keep the game going, to bring new players into the fold, and even to change the rules when you need to, all in the service of continuing the play. I mean, just look at the examples here. Culture or language. Is there a winner of culture? Of course not. It just evolves so that it can continue. Or think about a good marriage. That's not a game one person wins. The whole goal is to play together in a way that continues the relationship, that keeps the game alive. And for that to happen, the rules have to be flexible, they have to be able to change over time.
Now, this massive difference in goals, to end versus to continue, it leads to a completely different way of seeing the world. And it all comes down to how each game defines its field of play.
And to explain this, Carse uses these two brilliant metaphors: boundaries and horizons. He puts it perfectly. A finite game is played within boundaries. An infinite game is played with horizons. This idea is so important. Okay, let's break this down. A boundary is like, well, it's a wall. Think of the sidelines in a football game. You cross it, the play stops. Period. Its entire purpose is to limit what's possible. But a horizon is totally different. It's a line that moves as you move toward it. As Carse says, you can never actually reach your horizon because every step you take just reveals a new one. Its purpose isn't to stop play, it's to invite more play, to show you what else is out there.
So this is all really interesting, right? But it's way more than just a cool philosophical idea. The real question is, how can we actually use this? How can we apply this framework to our own lives and maybe start playing with a more infinite mindset?
The whole thing really boils down to this one incredible quote from Carse: "Only that which can change can continue." See, an infinite player doesn't fight against change, they welcome it. They see it as the very engine that allows things to continue. It's being rigid that ends games. It's being flexible that keeps them going.
So adopting this mindset, it's a pretty fundamental shift. It means you start questioning the rules instead of just blindly following them. It means you start to see boundaries not as hard stops, but as horizons you can play with. In your career, maybe that means you focus on making the entire industry better, not just beating your direct competitors. In a relationship, it means empowering your partner, making the game so good that you both want to keep playing.
So I want to leave you with this question to think about. Take a good look at your own life, your career, your friendships, your own personal growth. Which of these things are you treating like finite games that have to be won? And which are the truly infinite games, the ones you want to keep in play for as long as possible? Just recognizing the difference, well, that might be the most important move you can make.